No, I feel good. I feel good. It's been the past 2 weeks have been really good. We trained in Joburg and then we came here. My hamstring is good, and yeah, I'm excited. I just don't want to like put any pressure on myself. I just want to go out there and do what I can do and just play my part in the team. And I think that's the most important. It's a tough game, so there's no extra motivation needed, than the game that we have to play. And it's good to coming back with guys that I've played with for a very long time. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think from my side, it's good to have these guys back, more especially if you look at the experience we've got from them with Siya, Eben, and a guy like Sasha also coming back from the injury. And but one thing that I enjoy about what Siya mentioned earlier on, they've been part of our camp since. I think the only guys that joined us now, probably in the past 2 weeks, was Sasha and Krapis Mornay. And otherwise, the rest of the guys, they've been also helping the youngsters. And one thing about probably if you look at a guy like Eben, he doesn't get unfit. So we know he came with he was just managing these concussion stuff that he had at the Sharks. But when it comes to fitness, he's always super fit. He looks after himself, and he's a very professional player. So with Siya, he's been part of our camp, even through those dark days I'm talking about now when we started in June with the conditioning camp. He went through all that. So he was just unlucky with the hamstring before one of the games that we were supposed to play, where it was a bit stiff. So when it comes to conditioning with them, I don't think it's something we're worried about. And you've got Sasha. It feels like he never even left. The way he's training, the way he's brings massive energy in our squad. So yeah, I think we're excited. Like Sia just said again, I think you can't ask for any better challenge than playing against Argentina in Buenos Aires. We know they take pride in what they do and how they operate things. And they're very emotional people. So it's going to be a tough game, but I think that's what we need, more especially going towards the greatest rivalry in the next few weeks.
Mike?
How's it, guys? There's a perception back here in South Africa that this Argentina team is maybe a little bit weakened because I don't know, half a dozen or so players are not available with the European clubs. What do you guys make of that? Do you think this Argentina team is as strong as ever, or is that a factor?
There's one thing, Mike.
Siya, what you gonna go?
I think I'll start there, Mike. First,
Okay. You take it.
we'll never disrespect anyone. We always, like we always say, we always prepare the same way. Even if you're playing against Australia or you're playing against Georgia or you're playing against New Zealand. So when it comes to us and our standards and how we operate, nothing changes. I think the focus on our camp was we all switch on for test match. And then just another thing again, we also sometimes rotate in our squad where we give players opportunities. Surely also those players that are playing for Argentina tomorrow, they deserve their opportunity. We can't always rely on same 23. Do you understand? So it's good to see also they showing some trust in some of the youngsters that are getting opportunities. And once again they've got balanced squad in a sense of they still got experienced players like Carreras at the back. And then they've got guys also like Isgro. We know he's very dangerous with his sevens background. And with the leader like Pablo Matera, I know he's going to press the right buttons to make sure that those boys will be ready for the game. So we'll never look down on anyone, and we had to make sure that we prepare very well for Argentina. They are a very, very dangerous side.
Thanks.
Buddy, you want to add?
Still, just for you again. If you look at the kind of incredible depth that's been built up in the squad over the last 3 or 4 years. What does that feel like as a player? I know I don't want it to sound like a negative when I say there's competition with players, but more as a positive. Does that drive you? And I know you're kind of always looking over your shoulder, knowing that there's incredible talent coming through.
I think it's one of our biggest blessings as a group, and I think the way that the coach speak to us directly and openly about everything. There's no one-on-one meetings. We all know, and we at the end of the day we all want to perform. And the biggest thing is when somebody is injured, nobody's stressing because we know the next guy that's coming in. And I think us being injured and other guys getting the opportunity to play, I think that's a really important thing. And us not sitting there and being worried, but actually adding to the value, because the team is the most important. That's the most important thing for that. And also you want the guy that's playing to do well so that when you get the opportunity, you're also at your best. And I think that's what sets us apart, because South Africa is the most important, more than any of us in this group. And if I have to sit there with the guy that just came in to make sure that he's on par with everything and is ready and is motivated to go play, and then when I get my chance, he does the same for me. That's how we see it. And we know how people talk on the outside, but what matters is inside here between us as a group, because we know what our goals are as a group, and we're all on the same page as the coach, and he tells us honestly and openly how he's thinking, and then we all get on the same page with that.
Sim?
Gentlemen, good evening.
Buddha.
Sure, Buddha.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Buddha,
Yeah,
sure.
but we are.
No, sorry. I thought you didn't. Coach, just a quick question. Obviously, looking at the team, there's quite a lot of familiar combinations. Obviously, at lock with Eben and Luet, the Bulls combo in the loose trio. Obviously, 9 and 10 were kind of like the incumbent halfbacks towards the end of the season. You've got combinations all over, but with so many players coming back from injury and trying to hit the ground running, are you a bit worried maybe about a possible lack of cohesion tomorrow night?
Not at all. We're not worried at all, Sim. If you look at the match 23 in total, we still got guys on the bench that are very, very dangerous. You've seen what they've done so far. Even if you look at a youngster like Zach, the impact that he always brings off the bench, and having a guy like Jan Hendrik Wessels also, who's probably also swinging between hooker and loose head. So those guys have been doing very well for us, impact-wise off the bench. So when it comes to fitness, I think these players are very professional. I've mentioned earlier on, Simi, that listen, a guy like Eben doesn't get unfit. He's always super fit. He looks after himself. Same goes with Siya. They don't drink everything that we always drink as management. So these are the guys that are very professional. And like again, they've done the job for us in the past, and we know what we get from them. Do you understand? So no, I don't think, my brother, we worried at all about when it comes to fitness, because again, we trust all the 23 players that we've selected for the squad. And again, it's good to see some of the guys getting back from injury, like Krapis and Sasha also, and hopefully everything goes well for us tomorrow,
Harry?
Yeah, see a question. Being around test players and being around the box, I've come to learn that you actually welcome the challenge, and you look forward each week, each test, for the specific challenge that a country can bring to you. It's not a question of worry or concern. You like it, you want it. What specifically as Argentina, do you think, what can they bring you this time to help you become a better team?
No, I think the way they've played, they've evolved. Coach Contamponi has obviously, the King game is very strong. They play in the right areas. They're more disciplined than before. And as you can see, the past two games that they played, they were so close to winning them. So, and also there's a couple of guys who come from the seventh background, so they come with that too. We also obviously have Cheslin and a couple of guys, and Kirtlin, them who came from that background. And also like the system as well, the way they play. So we've prepared for them, and I think as coach said, it doesn't matter who we play. We always go in there with the plans that we have for ourselves, but also to know what they can bring. And they've got a couple of players who can also turn something out of nothing. So I think anything is possible. The set piece is also good. Argentina is known for the scrum. So set piece is going to be big, but also general play as well. If you kick loosely and all that kind of stuff, they are able to play of broken play. So we're going to have to be very disciplined and stick to the plan that we have for this coming game.
Mike?